Hello again, everybody. I want to spend just a few minutes with you today, and I want to ask you the question, do you realize that when you pray, you are affecting God's plans or God's decisions? And I don't know if we don't recognize that because we've never heard it and we don't know it, or worse yet, is it because we don't believe it? Now, I want to read some verses to you today from Genesis chapter number 18, and I'm going to start reading at verse number 16. The Bible says, "And the men rose up from thence and looked towards Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. And the Lord said, Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence, and went towards Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, Wilt thou destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, for which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, If I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again, and said, Peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, O let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, O let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place. Now, again, let me ask the question, are you aware that when you pray, you affect God's decisions? God had the plan that he was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And when Abraham talked with him, Abraham was making intercession on behalf of Sodom and Gomorrah. And because of that, God changed what he was going to do. God had a plan that he was going to destroy. Abraham talked with him and interceded, and God changed that plan. So God is listening to us. I want you to know that the Bible says that God is not a respecter of persons. What he does to or for one person, he will do to or for another. Okay? If you could change the world today, how would you change it? And if you could change the world today, what are you waiting for? God has God has demonstrated that He is waiting on us to pray before He acts. He's waiting on our input. What are you waiting for?